Hello, and welcome back to Coin Lady channel. The Ripple case may be resolved in the next days. A crypto-friendly SEC director who also happens to be an attorney predicts that the ongoing litigation against Ripple can be resolved in the next few days. So let's dissect this and figure out what he means. I should probably clarify that I have zero experience in the legal or financial fields before continuing. You shouldn't buy or sell anything based on what I say or write because I'm not a lawyer or a financial advisor. Just a hobbyist here that occasionally posts films to YouTube on various crypto-related topics. Now that the Hinman emails came out a few days ago, as I'm sure everyone under the sun is aware by now, there is a hypothesis that the judge will likely wait to rule on the summary judgment requests from the SEC and Ripple until that is done. It's not that she couldn't have thought that, but among the XRP community's lawyers, that was the prevailing opinion. Now that it's gone and we're nearing the end of the week, it seems like a terrific time to many individuals. People are still speculating that this might have fallen today. But at this point, it appears like the answer is no. This video was recorded at 6:03 p.m. Central Standard Time, and since the judge is located on the East Coast, they are 1 hour ahead of me. That means it is 3:03 a.m. Eastern Time here. Here, then, is the view of Fred Rispoli, an attorney. He sighed and wrote to Judge Torres, hoping that a decision would be issued this week. After pleadings have been submitted, federal court employees on the East Coast often begin winding down for the weekend. Expect us next week. I think it's possible that, after the end of this week's work days, the judge's decision will be issued early next week. Maybe someday. Because XRP is going to do something, all we have to do is wake up and read the headlines or check our portfolios first thing to find that our net worth has significantly increased or dropped depending on the judge's verdict. Since I don't know what the regulation will be, I can only speculate that XRP will be changing hands. Jeremy Hogan, an attorney, has some thoughts to share. No decision on Ripple vs. SEC lawsuit this week, he tweeted a little over an hour ago. But from now on, every Thursday/Friday, you can hold your breath with anticipation. This must be enforced. He appears to assume that if it is going to be released, it will be on a Thursday or Friday. I don't understand his reasoning, but I have faith in him. Therefore, I will accept his word on this. We are, nevertheless, quite near. So, look, all I'm saying is, if we see Attorney Rispoli and Attorney Hogan thinking that, yet it literally could have come out today, I'm going to take their sage wisdom on that and just think, yeah, we probably really are that much closer to the finish line now, even if it's not happening today, and it looks like it isn't. According to the director of the Securities and Exchange Commission, the lawsuit against Ripple will be resolved within days. A former director of the SEC has speculated that the dispute between the SEC and Ripple will reach a judgment within the next few days. According to former SEC Regional Director Mark Fogel, the Commission's and Ripple Labs Incorporated's multi-year litigation struggle may finally be coming to a close. Fogel made a tweet about it. Within days, the case's presiding judge, United States District Judge Annalisa Torres, will make a summary judgment ruling. Just wanted to let everyone know that I'm glad to see this from the lawyers I follow, but I didn't think they'd be so forthright as to say, yeah, probably within days. But, well, they know the ins and outs of this, so I'm simply going to take their word for it. There's no way they can be wrong, and I really hope they are. So, even if they're wrong, I won't punish them severely. However, I am relieved to hear this since I am ready for this ordeal to end. Where do you stand? We are still at peace. It's worth noting that Figaro made the remark in response to a Twitter conversation by Mr. Huber, a key influencer in the XRP community and crypto sleuth going by a pen name. Mr. Huber gave his thoughts on the prolonged wait for the judgment in the SEC versus Ripple case. He pointed out that if Judge Torres' summary judgment decision is delayed any longer, it might bolster the claim that public comments affected her ruling. The XRP community member continued by saying that the parties might use the potential for greater misunderstanding as a reason if the verdict is delayed even further. and he said, quote, "To explain once again, each day that elapses between the revelation of the Hinman emails and the categorization by a court is one day more that everyone has to assert their right to fair notice." Quote ends. Mr. Huber said that. I have to politely disagree with you there. The topic of fair notice concerns the time period preceding the filing of the complaint, and more specifically, the allegations made against Ripple, Brad Garlinghouse, and Chris Larson. Do you think the SEC gave those individuals and Ripple a fair warning that what they were doing was wrong? Therefore, how long will this take? The basis on which Judge Torres bases his ruling is wholly irrelevant. It's not even related to the idea in any way. So, I respectfully disagree with you on every point. In any case, calm has not been broken. Mr. Huber solicited the advice of other attorneys, including John Deaton, Jeremy Hogan, and Fagel. Fagel responded to the thread by emphasizing his aversion to speculating and noting that he anticipates the summary decision from the presiding judge to be issued within days. Let me go to the main topic so you can all see this. Here is the opinion of Mark Fagel, a former attorney for the SEC. Even while I try not to speculate, I think we may expect a verdict within the next several days. There's no reason to believe the holdup is due to anything other than the case's inherent difficulty. I don't get the bigger muddle due to the fact that Point Ripple is so dissimilar to the newly filed SEC enforcement actions. She is not required to offer any opinion on secondary market trading at all. Just pausing here. That is undeniably correct. I would she could wait to have to weigh in on secondary market deals, but that won't happen. It's still possible that she will. She is aware of the predicament and is free to take action if she so chooses. In fact, Attorney Hogan mentioned John Deaton's YouTube channel during an episode of Crypto Law. He staked a bet on her improbability on the recent livestream. If memory serves, that was one of his points, and I'd love to see it. Again, with a glance, she realizes the gravity of the situation. She is aware of the far-reaching consequences of her decision. And the effect is felt by her. She is aware of the potential drawbacks associated with a lack of a secondary market trading provision. I am aware that this does not prove that it is not a topic she must address. Therefore, Attorney Fagel is accurate, though I have hope that she will. Continuing, Attorney Fagel. He's probably referring to the Hinman emails when he says her ruling won't likely cover that topic. Of course, Ripple didn't seek summary judgment after being given adequate notice, so the case will probably be tried before a jury. This is still a long way off. Before answer Paul's question, sure, in theory you could take any part of this before a jury. If things go south for Ripple, then the issue of fair notice will likely be brought up in court, and a trial by jury may be necessary. That's what I've heard from several lawyers who have addressed the issue. This part, therefore, is possible. But it's possible that she'll make a decision on other parts of this case, too. Time will tell. It worried Attorney Hogan that it might not be resolved until early 2025. If that's the case, then a jury trial will be held. And then, Attorney Fagel adds, I could see the ruling referencing the emails to the extent that they evidence legal uncertainty in connection with a ruling on the liability of the individual defendants. Unlikely, but not impossible. Yeah. So, I get what he means. The Hinman emails provide little information that is useful to the court case as it relates to Ripple. However, when referring to reasonable notice for Brad Garlinghouse and Chris Larson in particular, definitely, without a doubt, they could emerge. They might raise this, and Attorney Deaton would react to Attorney Fagel by saying, I was interviewed in February 2021 and said that the single biggest mistake in the case was charging the individual executives with aiding and abetting, triggering a recklessness standard. Although I normally disagree with summary judgments, I genuinely believe that no fair jury could find the two executives negligent. You're absolutely right. There was price gouging. That led to the disclosure of new information, which is now publicly available. And it was their own fault. They essentially shot themselves in the foot. The discussion is over. We're almost there now, son. That's how it reads, at least. That's pretty cool, right? I really want this whole ordeal to end already. I don't need you. In fact, I am familiar with you. All of us here just want it to be over already. I believe I speak for all of humanity when I say this. We simply want this whole ordeal to be finished with so we can get on with our lives. Be lucid and XRP rich. Moonright. Isn't that our ultimate goal? If that does happen, maybe we can catch it next week. The likelihood of this happening is higher on a Thursday or Friday, says Attorney Hogan. The question then becomes, well, what else are we waiting for? You've had enough time to judge now. Now. I joked that it would be better to take my time and get it perfect than to speed through it. The judge will not speed through this. It will happen when it happens. And I have hope. However, even if Ripple is found guilty of something, which is a distinct possibility, as long as the asset's status in secondary markets is clarified, and ideally it is acknowledged that XRP is not a security, I remain positive about its future in the United States. That would be taking things to the next level merely to drive the message home. But in any case, tell me what you reckon. Now is where I'll end. In terms of money, I am not an expert. Nothing I say or write should be used as a basis for making financial decisions. Please like and subscribe my channel. See you in the next video. Bye.